This is a mock interview conducted by ForumIAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent academicians, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of the program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
May I come in, sir?
Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. Sit down. The Suchet.
Yes.
What is the meaning of this word?
Sir, Suchet means good soul. Su means good and Chet means soul or consciousness.
Consciousness,
Yes.
not soul exactly.
Yes, sir.
So you passed out in 17 from R.V College.
Yes, sir.
Very famous college, no?
Yes, sir. In Karnataka, it's a well-known college, sir.
Number one. And who are some of your prominent students from that college?
Sir, Anil Kumble is one of the prominent alumni. Then we have PGR Sindhya, was a senior politician from Karnataka. And Asha Bhatt, who also won some of the Beauty Queen awards in recent times. So these are few people which I can recall.
Srinath also?
I'm not exactly sure, sir.
But nobody became a good engineer. They went for sports, politics, beauty.
No, sir. There are many good engineers also because R.V is known for campus placements. So they are working across different sectors. Even many civil servants also from R.V College of Engineering, sir.
And then you joined the family business of printing.
Yes, sir.
Why you didn't go for a placement?
Sir, I had attended the placement, but during my college, civil services was in my mind. Briefly apprenticed in Toyota Kirloskar Motors, but it was for 1 year apprenticeship, and later there was an option to become a permanent employee. But after 2 months, there was a transition that was happening in our own printing press business. So I thought I could be of some help to my mother. So that's the reason I joined there.
What are the lessons that you took from the family business?
Yes, sir. Sir, printing is a business wherein there are different segments. Like one is the interaction that is at the front office. So we print various documents of even government like the Tahsildar office, the election. Then about the entire desktop publishing, sir, we have various software. So the designing aspect of the printing. And finally of the offset technology, sir, of both digital and offset printing technology. And finally, with respect to inventory management, sir, where I applied some of my industrial engineering and management because printing is a seasonal industry. So demand management and stock management is another area which I have learned.
Do you think that in this age of e-governance, the printing is going to be a technology which will soon become obsolete?
Sir, to an extent it is true because it has seen various transitions because more and more customization is happening and most of the government officers are having their own printing. But when it is large scale printing, digital technology becomes costly. So even offset printing becomes relevant even today. And also companies are adapting, sir, with respect to that, like outsourcing, 4-color printing. So there will be always upgradation in industry, sir.
And what are the on what kind of raw materials you were dependent on forests?
Yes, sir. Sir, for paper, we mostly dependent on forest. There are species like eucalyptus, popular deltoides, even some grasses. So they are used for paper manufacturing. And we have a famous paper manufacturing company called West Coast Paper Mills in Dandeli. So we mostly buy from there. And for ink also, sir, most of the ink is made from mineral oils, be it vegetable oils or some inorganic materials. So these two are major things dependent on forests, sir.
And once after the printing, whatsoever we get, either newspaper or something, when it becomes useless for us, what are the utilities for that? Useless paper.
Yes, sir. Sir, it is used for packaging in a significant way. They are recycled. And the cardboard is mostly prepared from the used paper, sir. So there is a process wherein it is thickened.
Okay.
That's the major thing, sir.
And
sir, paper has many other utilities also in some. Now we are looking for alternative for plastics. So many handbags, other things also can be done through paper.
There is a technology called papier mâché. You convert the paper into pulp and then make handicrafts out of that.
Yes,
Huh?
yes, sir. It is possible, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Suchet, you opted for civil services mains also you have written.
Yes, sir.
So if at all you were given an opportunity that you are selected for IFoS, and then would you also be then appearing for Indian civil services?
Sir, as of now, Indian Forest Service is my preference because even in third attempt, though I had cleared the prelims of both civils and Indian Forest Service, I solely focused on Indian Forest Service this time. But given an opportunity, I would try attempting, and if I get Indian Administrative Service, I would join that. Otherwise, I am happy with Indian Forest Service, sir.
Okay, so you feel that Indian administrative services would be better suitable for you.
Sir, just because of the diversity, like it has more diversity compared to Indian Forest Service, but equally Indian Forest Service is getting many opportunities in recent times. But if there is an Indian Administrative Service as an option, I would think of it, sir.
Okay. In your opinion, what is the role and responsibility of an Indian forest officer?
Yes, sir. Sir, one of the major roles is conservation. So we have various acts. One is the National Forest Policy of 1988 and acts like Indian Forest Act of 1927, Wildlife Protection of 1972. So implementation of the act and conservation is the major role of district DFO, that is Divisional Forest Officer. And apart from it, there are some developmental roles also. There are many tribal communities who are living around the forest fringes. So we can provide marketing opportunities for the minor forest produce. And we can hire them as nature guides in wildlife tourism. Sir, yes, the second aspect is the protected areas. Management of protected areas is also a major role of DFO. We have different wildlife wing for that. And finally, sir, social forestry, wherein we promote agroforestry, avenue plantations to increase the production forestry, sir. These are few major roles of DFO, sir.
Okay, do you think that the roles for Indian Forest Services as they have been expanding, so do we need a new Indian Environment Service?
Sir, there was a proposal in the TSR Subramaniam committee had recommended about the Indian Environmental Service. But already the Indian Forest Service is handling various broader issues with the coming up of climate change. We are going for carbon sequestration, so afforestation is a major activity. And even in the Pollution Control Board, both at CPCB and at the state level, many forest officers are deputed. So even without that word, already forest officials are playing that role, sir. Probably we may think of it as in we go forward, sir.
So, do you, in your opinion, forest officers are capacitated enough to deal with the environment-related policy making also?
Sir, I think to an extent they are trained, but with new challenges coming, I think upgradation is also required, sir.
So, you have also worked on this story building in award-winning documentary regarding Western Ghat. What was the exact role and what was the story?
Yes, sir. Sir, Aghanashini is one of the river which flows in Western Ghats. It's a west flowing river where it reaches Arabian Sea. It's just of 124 kilometer. During my college, I got the opportunity to be a part of the story building team. So it was around 6 months for the story building itself. So it has some unique stories, sir. It's one of the very few pristine rivers in India which has no dams, no polluting industries. So we got some endemic, like the very unique stories from the natural history and also cultural diversity point of view. We have some endemic species, like one is lion-tailed macaques around that river, and then Myristica swamps. It is one of the proto-angiosperms, sir. And later we also got some unique stories of moonbow. Moonbow is the rainbow during moonlight, sir, and it is the first documented in India. It is famously seen in the Yosemite National Park in the USA. And also various stories of sacred groves, sir. It is the only place which has mangrove sacred groves, though there is a evidence that even in Gujarat it may be seen. So from the conservation point of view, this documentary was made. That's the role, and during that I got to meet with various resource persons, forest officials, some professors of forestry college, which in a way has inspired me to take up for Indian Forest Service.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'll move on to next.
Hello, Suchet.
Yes, sir.
You come from Karnataka.
Yes, sir.
What is the state animal of Karnataka?
Sir, it is Asian elephant.
It's so distinct about Karnataka that we find so many tiger reserves there.
Yes, sir. Sir, Karnataka has diversity of landscapes. One is 37% of the Western Ghats is part of Karnataka. And along the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, there is a junction between Bandipur, Madumalai, Wayanad. So it acts as a wildlife corridor for different large mammals like tigers, elephants. And also there is a good connectivity across, like from Bandipur till the Kali Tiger Reserve, there is connectivity, so there is enough carrying capacity for tigers, sir.
Now, there was a recent judgment by Tamil Nadu High Court about cruelty on animals.
Yes, sir.
What will be the impact on the bull taming festival held in Karnataka?
Yes, sir. Sir, like Jallikattu in Tamil Nadu, we have Kambada, that is in bull race in the district of Dakshina Kannada and Udupi. Sir, one is from the point of tradition, like people are incentivized to look after the bulls, they treat it well, nurture it well. So as a festival, it is preservation of local indigenous breeds in a way, and also it is incentivization for looking after livestock. But at the same time, there is an issue of cruelty to animals, because sometimes people try to overstretch animals. They want to utilize beyond their ability. So we have to find a balance in, we have to preserve the culture. At the same time, we should ensure that there would be less harm to animals.
What is the act that is applicable here?
Sir, I believe it's a Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act of 1960.
Was it there before independence, or did it...
Sir, it was enacted in 1960, but earlier I'm not exactly aware what was the provisions.
Tell me one thing, lot of tourism happens in hilly areas, and we are seeing pictures coming in from Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand now, because it is peak summer in northern parts of India, so people are flocking over to the hilly areas. But these areas have certain limits to how many tourists they can host. How do we maintain a balance of having conservation of the ecology there, as well as the ability to host tourists?
Sir, we are seeing like recently across hill stations there are people flogging, especially post-COVID. Again, the pressure has increased. Sir, one is ecotourism has to be followed. There are many states who are drafting ecotourism policies. So we can have some permit system wherein only certain number of people will be allowed during like weekends or something.
But that can be done in specific areas. You can't do it across the state.
Yes, sir. Sir, apart from it, I think we have to have policies with respect to waste management, water consumption. And I think homestays can be promoted wherein local people could be hired, rather than having resort kind of system, wherein Tadoba model could be followed, sir, wherein even local people are incentivized and all the benefit sharing goes to them. These are few things which is coming to my mind.
You've
sir.
done industrial engineering and management.
Yes, sir.
How do you use this in forestry?
Sir, the entire focus of industrial engineering and management is improving the efficiency and productivity in any system, be it services or goods manufacturing. So we have subjects like systems thinking, wherein looking at the role of a component in relation to a larger system, sir. So I believe some of my training in that, and even supply chain management, operations research, could be applied in some of the wildlife management issues, or even in reducing the negative impact of logging. So I believe I can use some of my knowledges of IM in forest management, sir.
So Chet, we know that Western Ghats are in general higher than the Eastern Ghats.
Yes.
Right. What if it was the reverse?
Yes, sir.
How will the forest and the ecology change in Karnataka?
Sir, Western Ghats is rich because it acts as a barrier to the southwest monsoons what we get. So if it were not that contiguous, so whereas we know that Eastern Ghats is not continuous, so it would not be able to hold so much of water. So most of the forest would be scrublands or dry deciduous forest that we have seen. And that impact would have on the flora of even the fauna. So most of the diversity that we see with respect to elephants, tigers would have been not there. Sir, and apart from that, yes, sir, I'm unable to recall.
What about the agriculture practices?
Yes, sir. Sir, probably I think Western Ghats we have most of the plantations like coffee, rubber, areca nut. If it were Eastern Ghats, I think there would be large deltas created. So rice or some kind of cereals would be grown, sir.
Good, Suchet. Lovely talking to you. That's it from my end.
Thank you, sir.
Largely, your interview, I think, was on the good lines. You had your personalized answers, your own experiences, like if Sir asked regarding your visit to any North Indian place where
Yes.
you have seen, whether you have seen some wildlife or not, or regarding that interesting question regarding Western Ghat and Eastern Ghat. So your answers were pretty genuine. Yes, some application, like for example, agriculture was expected. So in my questions, I think you did fine. Otherwise, it's on the right lines. Just keep revising on a lot of things and use a lot of personalized answers. Yeah, sir.